So I bought another Land Rover. 1973 Land Rover Series 3. And this thing is just awesome. So I did a walk around video when I was cleaning it when I first picked it up. Of course the audio didn't record, so that'll be at the end of this video, just 5 minutes of me walking around when it was kind of dirtier. But I'm gonna just do a quick walk around of some of the features this thing has. Just to start off, it does have a crank start, which is what I'll go through here. I don't have the crank for it, so I'm gonna have to probably build one, maybe order one. I don't know if they're available anymore though. So that's the first little gem. Second thing, if this bumper wasn't on here, you'd be able to see it a little better. You can look straight down through to the PTO output. I haven't figured out exactly how that works yet, but there's actually one on the back as well. Right here, which if the exhaust wasn't there, you can see runs all the way back up to the, I guess, the transfer case. Anyway, so it's an aluminum body, 4-wheel drive, 4-speed with overdrive. We went up to the mountain yesterday, cleaned up real nice, you know, with just simple protective wipes and things like that. Put a new radio in, just to get something with Bluetooth that didn't still have a cassette player, a little better audio quality. Number of light switches, some of which do things, some of which don't. If you turn the headlights on, the running lights at night come off. If anyone's got a cure for that, please let me know. Otherwise, it's showing 57,000 miles on a suspiciously new looking speedometer. Maybe they transferred the mileage over. It was sitting in a barn for quite a while. You know, simple stock oil, vacuum, and water temp gauges. Otherwise, it's the most complicated thing is probably looking down here. So you've got your stick shift, obviously, e-brake or parking brake. You've got a throttle hold for the PTO, so you can sit there and set it, you know, 500 RPMs, 1000 RPMs, whatever, which you have to guess at because there is no tach. Which actually pretty nice for if you had the PTO, if you're running a water pump or something like that off of it, you could sit there, or charging someone's car up or something like that, jumping someone else's car off, sit there and hold it at 500 or 1000 and not have to hold your foot down on it. I haven't taken on any real good trails yet, but I was told that's actually a pretty good feature for rougher trails too, just so you're not bouncing around pushing the throttle around with your foot. So going farther forward, this is apparently the overdrive. I thought it was this for a while, which makes sense why I couldn't figure out how to get it engaged. So I haven't tried that yet. Otherwise, this is 4-wheel drive if you push it down, and this is high-low range, I believe. So low range is just slamming it back, and then this pushing down engages the 4-wheel drive. From what I can figure out. Other fun features: air conditioning, side vents open too, and nice big glove box area, decent center console area, and then a nice back kind of cargo space. Otherwise, the clutch is pretty nice. It shifts well, holds in every gear. We drove it up into the mountains yesterday. She does not like climbing past about 50 miles an hour, but downhill she loves. She'll get moving pretty quick. These are 1980 something tires, so I've got another set coming, should be here Wednesday. Not of these, they're going to be Cooper Discovery STTs, what I put on every vehicle. So shout out to Cooper if y'all want to throw me some tires. I've got like 4 sets of them now. Otherwise, it's pretty straightforward, basic vehicle. We look in the back, so we got a fuel tank. In one of the videos, which I'll show you, so I was trying to figure out what this was for, and I thought it may have been the stock filler neck for the transfer case. As you can see, transfer case oil in root addition, the last owner did. So that's what I originally thought it was, which doesn't make any sense, because the second I looked at the gas cap or tank, that would be a perfect fit inside of there. That's obvious what this is for. There was a bunch of crud down in that. I spent a lot of time with carb cleaner, trying to get all the crud out. Got most of it out. I think it's pretty good. You got a step here. You get up to the roof, which is actually a double layered aluminum roof. You can see kind of down there. And that's basically just to help with heat. So the sun heats up this top panel, the air underneath it cools it off and keeps the cab a little colder. I guess that's for the serious desert adventures. Here's a little passenger captain's seat. It's really not too bad for what it is. Could almost have another one here. And have people sitting relatively comfortable back here. My two dogs seem to fill the whole back up, though. So got a high lift jack that came with it, which was nice. The carpet looks terrible. It's only because we took the dogs up to the mountains yesterday. Actually, it cleaned up real well, so get to do that again. But otherwise, that's it's got a tow hitch. I don't know how you, other than towing stuff around the farm, I don't know if she's got the oomph to tow much down the highway. And that's pretty much the short walk around. Sorry, the video is going to be a little choppy and kind of out of sync because that first video got well, deleted. Well, not deleted, but the audio got deleted on it. So this is some of the only places that's steel. So this is where you want to look out for rust in these things, and this thing's just solid. The frame is looking better than that thing's frame, really. Otherwise, this top does come off. I have not tried that yet. It does look like a few simple bolts, though, realistically. Looks like bolts like this, so I'm guessing there's a rubber bushing in there or something. And there's, you know, there's one here. So I don't think it'd be all that complicated, and it being aluminum, it wouldn't be that heavy. The only issues are the speakers are hooked up to that, and you've got that dome light, so I'm not sure how that's wired. Really, the headliner is not in bad condition for being 50 years old. Doesn't have any bad smells. Relatively waterproof. It raining the other day seemed to show 1 or 2 leaks on the front doors. So there may be a little bit of rust through on one of these ridges here. So plans for this thing are, I think I'm going to repaint it. That's a little bit of damage there. Probably just the original blue, you know, get some of the safari stuff going back on again. This is obviously where the window savers, you know, the wires go on safari vehicles go, or went at some point. There's a matching hole on that side. Other than that, that's pretty much it for the Series 3 Land Rover. Sorry for how long it's been since updated this channel. The other Land Rover is currently in Georgia getting painted and a few other things. I'll try to get a video of that together somewhat soon, but this year's been a bit wacky and a lot of work I've had to do. Haven't had time to do this, unfortunately. But I will try to update this channel as much as I can for those 59 of you who are currently subscribed. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you'd like to see done to this thing. I've had some people suggest just clear coating it and leaving the patina, which I don't really dislike the idea of. But I've also thought about spending a little bit of money getting the body repainted the original color, you know, paint the wheels, maybe clean up the frame some. I mean, again, it's not rusty at all, other than a little surface rust. That is not too bad for a 50-year-old car. So maybe a little bit of black paint to freshen up the undercarriage some. Like I said, there's a few leaks in it here and there, but that's pretty standard for Land Rovers. As they always say, pull over when it stops leaking because you're out of fluid. Anyway, again, let me know what y'all want to see, and hopefully we'll have a few more updates on this thing pretty soon, putting tires on and maybe taking it out for an adventure camping weekend sort of thing this weekend or something. Alright, so pretty much got it all cleaned up. Things I didn't really show you on the first walk around. If you look right here, that's a hole for a crank start. I don't know if I have the crank or not. I don't believe I do. And then if you look down a little farther, let's see where if this bumper wasn't on it, there's the hole for the PTO shaft. But if we go to the back, actually got another one right here. You can see down there a little better, but cleaned up pretty nice. A lot of stuff coming out of this, keeps falling down like an endless supply of dirt, but paint's got a nice patina to it. A little bit of a wave in the rocket panel right there, but here's what makes the magic happen. A 4-cylinder something. No idea what it is exactly. Very, very small carb. If anyone knows, is there an upgrade to this? Can you get it larger carb, but it help with the altitude that we're at here in Denver, or at least a better air filter? It's pretty tiny. I guess it is a 4-cylinder. Anyway, very simple. Cleaned up pretty good. I can imagine it had the usual oil everywhere for the Land Rover, but came up nice. I originally thought this was the intake for the air, but well, obviously for the carb. But as it turns out, it's for the heater that it's equipped with. Obviously I didn't look, so that's why I thought that. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty simple. If I can find the crank, I'll see if I can do a crank start video, or a hand crank start video. So originally I was a little concerned about drilling holes to the firewall or things like that as far as running this new accessories, lights particularly. I knew I was going to like working on this thing. That is a wonderful hole straight to the engine bay. Oh, I knew I was going to like working on this thing. So, in the middle of cleaning out the back here, which actually is in pretty decent condition for what it is, found, said before, a box full of different oils, which is a good sign. A canister full of electrical things, which so is the center console, which is a good sign. And this, put inside of a pool noodle. It's obviously some sort of oil filler neck, which I'm thinking is probably the stock one. I don't know where it would lead to originally though, because the last owner did a transfer case en route oil filler. I have not traced that down yet, but you know, that way you don't have to crawl under the car to even add transfer case oil. So that's a good sign. Started raining on me, so I got it all, got it cleaned there anyway. Not too bad for 50 years. All turned out pretty nice. All the oil and grinder always accumulates down on the, let's see if it'll focus. It's not. Well, got the dash all cleaned up, which you can't see what it looks like. Probably have to show this tomorrow. But